Way in the Morning, Shade 45. You know, one of my good friends in this music business, as you guys all well know, is from the Bronx, Jennifer Lopez. Oh, no, stop. No,
By the way,
stop.
she's listening.
Is she listening?
Jay, you got to hit me up so he knows you're listening.
Okay, that's
right?
my
so
girl.
You know.
I was going to do my whole spiel. But one of the things I've always admired about J-Lo is that Heather speaks about this too, and we also heard Ramon Dukes just talk about how to balance life.
Yes.
Especially when you're in the eye of the storm of success.
Absolutely. And you know what it is? It's more about balancing her spirit, balancing her soul, balancing and understanding that, number one, she believes in God, and so do I. That's number one. We know who drives the car.
Well, I got to introduce you before you go off, though. Did I introduce her yet? No, I haven't.
Go ahead.
Okay, but that right there, that sentiment that you just shared with us, that reeks with Jennifer in a great way. When she comes into your environment, you feel her vibration, you feel her energy. You sit next to her, it makes you want to be better.
You can't be just anybody to sit next to her.
You can't.
Your vibe got to vibe with her. You got to be on the same vibration. You got to be on the same frequency. If you're not, she ain't with it.
And that voice you hear right there is Jennifer Lopez's spiritual consultant, her great friend. Yes. She's a spiritual healer and a psychic medium. Yes. And she goes by the name of the one and only Jae Rae.
Yeah.
Jae Rae. You got J-Lo and you got Jae Rae.
But Jay, just so everybody knows, Jay's, of course, one of my very good friends, and I thank her every single day for trusting me with her spirit and trusting me with her soul. But I do way more others than just Jay, you know. That happened kind of in a God's way. It was a God plan. It kind of aligned, and that's how we met. And it's a great story, and I'll tell it another day. But at the end of the day, she truly is a loving spirit. And when you have to be a loving spirit, you do well. If you notice her life and trajectory has been forever going. And my homeboy BM, you know what I'm saying? He has handled it as well. And right now they're on that Leo Aquarius axis, which is happening as we speak.
What does that mean? Okay,
Leo,
Jae Rae, let's get into it.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's go. And by the way, shout out to Jennifer Lopez.
Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
All right.
And my Benny and EGT, you know them because they're okay. At the end of the day, right now, we are going into January 21st, we're going into a full moon, but we're going into a total eclipse. Okay. It's on the Leo Aquarius axis, meaning that it has a spot in Leo and a spot in Aquarius that basically that's where the energy is charged. Okay. This is all about self-reflection. It is the last one of the eclipses. The first one started in February of 2017. August 22nd of 2017 came back around again around August 9th of 2018, and now this is the last one.
Okay.
Now, if you haven't figured your shit out by now, it's going to make you figure it out by the 21st, meaning light is going to be brought onto situations that you maybe did not want to see. Now, this could be a lesson or a blessing. This could be a good, this could be bad.
Okay.
Everything has a shadow side to it, right? So right now, what everybody needs to be aware of is what they're doing, not what other people are doing. The victim shit don't play with me.
Okay.
What are you doing that's contributing to your own nonsense? Okay. I don't want to hear about what everybody else is doing. What are you doing? It's all about self, right? We always go back to self. And that's what this is about. We're also going to a universal year of 3. Last year was a detrimental year. It was a dismantling year. It was an 11-year, universal 11-year, 2018. It woke everybody up. It made everybody have to see themselves in ways they never wanted to see themselves. It made people want to go, damn it, what the hell is going on? That was last year. Coming into this year, we're going to a universal 3-year. It's freedom, creativity, communication. It is all about you speaking your voice, being heard, knowing who you are, owning your worth, knowing your self-worth, knowing your self-love, and understanding who you truly are and how you want to project yourself out into the universe.
If you don't make that connection in these time periods pass you up, what does that mean?
It necessarily means you kind of go to what we call 9-year cycles in numerology.
Okay.
You got to kind of do this for another 9 years. Who the hell wants to keep doing something for another 9 years? Being with the same person you know you shouldn't be with for another 9 years. Or maybe being at a job you don't want to be at for another 9 years. You know, it's going to take you another 9 years to kind of get you to where you want to go. And that takes time. Who's got time? Time is an illusion. It's all bullshit. We got divine time and then we got window of opportunity. And when those two things clash, it's not a good day.
Wait, you just said time's an illusion. Meaning it's a man-made construct.
It's a man-made construct, but because it's divine time. It's whenever God says it is.
Because time
we
ain't
don't think we have this time thing going on, but we really ain't got it.
Julius Caesar made the calendar.
Yeah,
literally. But it's all BS.
Thank you, Tracy.
Time truly is just an illusion. It truly is, and we all think we have time, and that's why I tell everybody, live today as if there really is no tomorrow, because tomorrow really has not happened yet.
Wow, how did you get involved with this? Jae Rae is here. By the way, give out your social media. I want citizens to be able to hit you up directly.
At Jae Rae Lamas, JaeRaeLamas. On my Instagram, same thing on all of my social media feeds, Twitter, sort of Facebook, everything else. They call me Psychic Jae Rae. I hate the word psychic, by the way. That's my...
Well, it's in your bio. It says you're a psychic medium.
You know what? The word psychic has such a bad rap to it.
Well, what are you?
I find myself to be more of a spiritual counselor, spiritual consultant. I feel like God is my boss. He speaks to me, and I speak to you.
What are you can advise and help people, realize things that they can do to potentially help better their situation.
Exactly.
But a psychic, and I know you don't like that word.
No, that's okay. You can use it.
A psychic is a person who's able to do what?
Is able to foresee. A little bit more down the road than maybe what you can. And what I'm able to do sometimes is go, if you want to do this, you can't do this no more. This has got to go. If you want to be able to have that, then you're going to have to not do this anymore. So we got to change your pattern. We got to change the way you do things. We got to change things up. We got to bring, number one, we got to bring your faith back. Okay. Your base, right? That's your base, is your faith.
What if you don't believe in, not everybody believes in a God?
Call the supreme intelligence. Call it something, but you ain't controlling anything. Okay. As much as people want to think they walk around, you ain't controlling anything. That's your ego. Your ego ain't going to get you far. Your ego is just going to screw you up and put you in places and situations you don't want to be in. And then you're going to keep finding yourself back to square one again. And you're going to find yourself getting very frustrated. So you always want to make sure that faith is your first fundamental part of everything you do, meaning you have to believe in divine time. You have to know when to stop. You have to know when you feel that resistance, step back. You got to know when that door closes, keep it shut. You got to know when the door opens and you're unsure and you got a little bit of fear, step into it anyway. Okay. Become fearless. Don't be thinking about, fear can control a lot of people.
Have you ever given anybody information that became detrimental to them? That wasn't a successful reading?
No.
You've been successful every time.
Yes. I don't say that with being honest. Because
I feel like you're stunting on us right now.
No, I'm not.
You got a flawless record, Jae Rae?
It's not flawless. It's what it is. But I don't tell people what they want to hear, Sway.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that don't like me because I tell them the truth, and I walk out of there, and 2 days later, they're like, I wanted to punch throat you right then and there. But you know what? I got you. I get you. I understand you now. I see why you said that. I see why you did that. I understand it. I didn't want to hear it at the time, but now I understand it. So now what do? Sometimes it takes people a couple of weeks to process me sometimes after a while, to kind of get the idea of what I was trying to relate to them, because they want to hear what they want to hear. I'm going to be married this guy. I'm going to have this many kids. I'm going to be living over here. And when I tell them the complete opposite, they're like, oh, hell no, I don't like this girl. And then 2 days later, they go, Can I talk to you again? And
Jae Rae?
It's frustrating. Yeah, Jae Rae. That's a 3 a.m. calls. Jae Rae, can I talk to you? And it's like, what do you need? Let's make a plan. Let's make a plan.
Anybody out there want to speak with a spiritual consultant? 888-9. What is it?
888-742-3345.
Damn. Could you foresee me making that mistake?
No, I didn't see nothing. I'm minding my own business right now. This is your show. Ain't my show.
Oh, this is your show, Jae Rae. Go ahead. Jae Rae in the morning.
Jay, I'm wondering.
Yes.
So, do you perform spiritual consultation for yourself? Like, have you been able to take all of your own advice? Because we're still human.
There's moments when listen, my friends make fun of me because I go, nah, they just said no. They're like, who the hell is they? Like, what are you talking about? Just don't worry about it. They just said no. And it's like, why? They just said no. Look at Nene. She like, go there. She's like, Because sometimes she's like, you want to go there? I said, no, they just said no. She go, why? Why can't we go? Why?
When you hear that response and you hear in your subconscious.
Yes.
Okay. Is it speaking English? Is it a word? It's how you understand language?
It's a vibration. It's my language.
Okay.
It's my language. And it's a clear, it's very clear. It's very, very clear. When I'm channeling or when I'm working with other people, sometimes I get through other energies that come through sound a little different. Maybe they're not my peeps. There's somebody else's peeps that are stepping in for me to say, yo, put your peeps aside. Another peeps coming in. They want to talk. They want to speak. They want to speak on behalf of whoever.
What do you think those peeps are? Are they spirits? Are they souls?
Remember, we are energy.
Okay.
So when we die, our physical body stays here, and we're kind of dust.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so we're all expansive energy. So it's just an expansion of who and what you are. So it's your essence. Your essence will still be here after you're gone. Your essence will still be here after you're gone. Your essence will still be here after you're gone. Your essence never leaves. You're eternal. Your energy is eternal. For instance, when people say, "Oh my God, he passed away," whatever, or she passed away, yada yada yada, and I said, they're in the other room. They ain't the body left, but their spirit, their essence is still so much there. Don't forget them. There was a time when my father passed away, and I'd put a plate out for him, and I'd buy him some Italian bread and put some butter on it, and be like, "Yo, enjoy."
Did he eat it? No, that's where Jae Rae would have left the building.
That's what sometimes I get freaked out. I freak myself out, Sway. I'll be honest with you. There's days when I really do freak myself out. When I know names, when I know dates, when I know certain situations that just kind of go, how the hell, where did that even come from? But I trust it.
Do you feel anything in this, anybody, any peeps in this room right now?
Well, I'm getting a lot of you right now.
I'm glad you pointed at her. She's right next to me.
Sway, I would never put your business in the street, just like I wouldn't put a lot of my people's business in the street.
Well, you could put Kelly's in it. No, just kidding.
Jae Rae already writing right now.
Yeah, well, I sketch. I sketch, okay? So the first letter I get with you is the letter D. Who's the letter D around you? Who's D?
And when you think D, Kelly, get your mind out the gutter.
No, like who's the person around you with the letter D? Could be first name, last name.
I don't know.
Who's like a Daniel something. It could be somebody past or somebody here now.
Damn, you just forgot me like that, Kelly?
It'll come.
Isn't that DB?
Is it DB?
Okay, and who's the earth sign? So who's the Virgo, the Taurus, or the Capricorn?
Are they dead or living?
Oh.
Either or right now. That's what I'm picking up.
The voice.
That's what I'm asking. Who's the earth sign? That's Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo.
Wow, a D and a Taurus is right here, by the way.
Oh, is that who? Who's that?
DB.
DB is a Taurus.
Oh, that's you. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Okay. Get out of there, Kelly. Tap out. Get out of there, Kelly.
What you got going on in February? February's big for you. You got things going on in February. February's big for you. You got to make decisions by February, or you got to make some choices. February 10th. What's February 10th? What day for you is that? For February 10th? You don't know right now?
Nothing comes to mind.
Oh, well, you'll know.
Go ahead, Kelly.
You'll know in a few. But you're February. Okay. See, there's a lot of people. Just understand there's a lot of people, so it's a lot of energy. So that's why when it comes
literally like 12. How many people in this room? 5, 10, 13 people in this one studio. Mm-hmm. If you could sort through this, you're amazing.
No, I go. You don't know.
Watch me work, Sway.
Okay, so let's do this.
I can go around the room. It'll make things easier.
Okay, let's do that.
If that's okay.
Okay, let's do that, and then we'll go to the callers because we got a lot of callers that want to talk with you.
Who's the Aquarius? Or who's the air sign?
I have Aquarius as my moon.
That's your moon sign. Okay,
Yeah.
so I already know I got you. You got the Taurus. I already know I got you. You Virgo. You back there. You're Libra. You're another air sign. I was going to say air sign. What's the number? I don't know Nene what's she about. You also a water sign? That's a Pisces, a Cancer, Scorpio, or you on the cusp of that?
I don't know signs, but I'm a Capricorn.
You're a Capricorn. That's another earth sign.
Okay.
Okay, but I feel like you're on the cusp between the air and between more of Aquarius, because I feel like you got that axis going on, because you got that change and that shift happening in your life right now. You got a lot of shifting, a lot of change happening in your life right now. You have to they just said to me exactly to you, the way they just said it is, you have been ignoring the signs. Like, it's something that you do. You tend to like everything to stay a certain way. And when there's any kind of shift or movement in your life, you get scared. You kind of lock down. You get paralyzed. You don't want to hear no changes. We're going to do things the way we've been doing it the whole time. We're not changing anything, but things have to change in order for things to change, if that makes any sense. Okay? So you got to be a little more open to that. Okay? Right now?
Wait a minute.
Take your shirt off.
Heather been telling OQ to take his shirt off for years, and he's now he's finally
That shit, baby, turn it back on.
You trying to tell you to turn it up. Change it up, ho.
switch it up.
All right. Now where do you go? Where you going now? Go to this guy.
But also, too, I wanted to tell you, there's a female energy around you who's passed, who's very prominent, okay? And I don't know what the letter M stands for you, but it's very prominent. And that's the person that just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming and kind of banging on the back door. I would say on my back door, okay, for you. But it's a little personal for you, so we'll talk about that because that was when you were younger. The guy who's holding the camera. Okay.
Yinka's name.
Well, he's from Africa.
That's okay.
He's a Taurus as well.
I might dig up something deep.
There's earth signs all around here. So right now, for you, and I don't know if I could put your business in the street because I don't know who she is.
Is it okay?
Is she listening?
It's fine.
Okay.
Damn.
Nigga was like, say it.
Say it. Let me know.
I feel like there's somebody you've had and somebody you've just met, and I feel like those paths just crossed recently. I feel like somebody you've had since maybe June of 2018, and now recently I feel like somebody else has come back into the picture. I don't know who you've been talking to, or somebody just recently hit you up, and you're kind of in this little bit of a space of you want to go forward in your life. You want to have a committed, loving, monogamous, one-on-one type of thing, but it's you got to really think about what you really do want. Because I think what you really want and what you can provide is two different things. And I think that's where you get screwed up. Your communication, no offense, is terrible. You don't follow through.
You met Yinka. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. My bad.
And that's something I would want you to work on this year. Being it's a universal 3-year, I want you to be more clear about your communication. The way you say it, how you say it, and being clearer in how you put things and answer people back. Nothing's worse than not answering people back. And for some reason, you talk to people in your head, but you don't actually send the message. So I need you to be a little more, really more self-aware. Self-aware of that. Because I feel like you got to keep that energy moving. Okay. All right. Now, there's a baby around you.
DJ Wonder? DJ Wonder.
He don't fuck with condoms.
Okay.
What are you?
He done said this on air 1,000 times.
I don't know him.
Okay. DJ Wonder. Okay. It's a baby surrounding him.
There's a little girl. So, like I said, I'm not going to put your business in the streets, but I'm telling you right now, I'd be very surprised in another year we ain't going to hear that you're not going to be a daddy. There's a little girl that's there around you.
I told you to go to phones, man.
Let me go to the phone.
Sway, why do you want me to blow people up like this? I don't understand.
Wait. Joey Fatone is calling me on the phone right. Joey.
Really?
Joey.
What's up, Sway?
Hey, Joey, we live on the air with Jae Rae, who's Jennifer Lopez's spiritual consultant.
Would you give that girl a break, Jennifer Lopez, please?
Okay, she's a spiritual consultant, but that Joey's gonna know from that way.
I understand, Joey Fatone. Go ahead.
How you doing, Joey?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm great. You're live on the air, Joey. So don't talk about the money you owe me.
I just saw you. I just want to say what's up. I said we were talking about an idea, and I think we may have to talk some more information about the idea that we had. We can't say it on the radio because we don't want nobody to steal it.
Okay, so you must have done some. Did you do some research since then, or you just want to follow?
I made some phone calls, but man, that's why I'm calling you. I deliver. I don't wait on anything. I make sure something happens.
Jae Rae, did you see this happening?
You got a lot going on, Sway.
We're gonna try to make it happen.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm gonna call you when I get off work later today. Okay. All right.
Good.
All right, I appreciate you. Joey Fatone, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.
Common knowledge. Make sure you check that out on the Game Network. That's my man right there.
Bye, Joey.
Wait, who's the other S name that you're in?
We're not going to do me right now.
Okay, then.
Okay. All right, let's go back to Wonder. So what happened?
Well, I was just going to say that there was something. Okay, whatever. We'll handle you later. We'll have lunch.
Okay.
So, but there was a baby. That's a little girl around him. That's going to be his first. Is this his little girl around him?
Are you happy? Congratulations, dog.
Absolutely not.
Okay. No, it's going to happen.
All right.
Whether you wanted to or not, it's going to happen.
Jae Rae is here. You can find her on social media at JaeRaelamas. We're going to take phone calls, and then I want to find out what those cards are all about when we come back.
I'm going to teach you about tarot in about 2 minutes.
All right, that's up next. Shade 45, Sway in the morning. Yeah, Sway in the morning, Shade 45. Shout out to my sister Jennifer Lopez. Right now we got spiritual healer here, also a medium, great life coach, consultant. A lot of just sound like you're a great friend, as honest as you are.
Yes.
And I can appreciate that. Jae Rae, you can find her at JaeRaelamas, and she's going around the room and
Sway says skip me.
I said skip, man. It's just it'll become a whole nother show.
Yeah, we got time because there's like 3 contracts for you right now that we got to discuss. Okay.
Oh,
so,
wow.
But why'd you do that though? But why'd you do that?
Because I had to say it.
You had to tell me.
They just said it.
They told you that?
They just said it, just like that.
Okay, because that's why I asked you, to skip me, because I don't want people to know that I got contracts lined up. No, I'm joking.
Okay.
But
that Fatone thing's going to work, though. All right, I'll try. Okay. You're sitting right next to me. What do you want from me, Sway?
Just the truth. I want you to do what you do. You're feeding off my energy.
Touching each other with each other's energy.
I knew this was going to happen. It was going to ping pong.
I'm trying to stay this way, but it's going this way, so I'm doing my best.
And when you get that offer for that thing that's dealing with the screen,
yes,
I want you to be open to it, not apprehensive.
Okay.
They told me that about you.
Oh, really? Because they already did about 2 sizzle reels, and I told them to go scratch their asses. So, okay, well,
listen. Maybe the next one is the one.
Maybe you never know.
Okay, Tracy,
maybe it's the right time, right place, right person.
Yes.
Right? That's the way it's got to be.
Right messenger.
Right messenger, exactly. Gonna have to be God approved, that's for sure. All right. Now, working on you. You've got so many great things coming up for you this year, little girl. You got so much happening. You've got good stuff. You got a lot of change, but it's good change. You're finally getting to where you want to be in life. You're finally, honestly, being appreciated for the talent and for the things that you do. You're being recognized, basically, okay? But you got to put yourself out there a little bit more. When I say that, you kind of hide a little bit. And I think you don't know your self-worth, your self-value as much as I don't think you realize how valued you are. So I think you need to kind of feel a little bit more of that for you personally. And once you do, things will start to flow a little bit better. March is going to be a great month for you.
Okay.
March is going to be a great month for you. March is going to really bring things forward for you. And you're going to start to notice that the work and the effort you've done for maybe the last 2 years or so, you're finally going to be like, yo, I got it. I get it. I know what I got to do. I understand it. I know what I like, what I don't like. I get it. All of it. You're finally making sense of your own life.
Facts.
You understand? Your own life. Hell with everybody else too. And I think you also put too much energy into can I say?
Try it. Let's see what happens.
Fuck boys. You put too much energy sometimes with people that don't give you the same energy back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, you send a text, you don't get one back within 10 minutes, on to the next. Swipe, delete, block. It's a very beautiful concept on an iPhone. And and I think that people don't use it as often as they should. Sometimes when you're not getting that same energy reciprocated, you got to learn when to walk away.
Okay.
Seriously, because you're putting way too much more than what you're getting. Mean you're depleting yourself. That means you ain't got room for nothing else. And if you ain't got room for you ain't got room for anything.
Okay.
Seriously, then it just becomes a problem in your life. Seriously.
Jae Rae.
Big one.
I like
it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Next, anybody have any specific questions?
Brandon.
He's like, I don't know. What is the month of June?
Tell her your name, man.
Brandon
Okay,
Armstrong.
that's right, Brandon.
Brandon Armstrong.
What is June for you? What's the month of June?
Wow, that's my birthday
That's
month.
your birthday. Okay, so that's you. Okay, so now you're also waiting on something for the month of May. You've been waiting, or you're waiting. You have until May to figure it out. You understand?
Yeah.
Does that make sense for you?
It makes
you don't
a
have
lot
to
of sense.
you don't have to tell me, but that makes sense for you. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, be cautiously optimistic. Does that make sense? Cautiously optimistic, meaning it's not a bad thing, but be cautious. Pay attention to the fine print. Really listen to what they're saying and pay attention to what they're not saying. What they're not giving, what they're not doing. You understand?
Yes.
And ask why. Why is that? Okay. And when you start to really, and that's another thing too, you in your own world, stepping into your own power and your own self-worth, you feel like sometimes you can't ask those questions. Let me explain to you. There's one of you, there's one of me, there's one of him, there's one of him, there's one of him. There's only one of each of us. Therefore, we are the power. We have the power. You have to remember that at all times. You understand? You're not knocking on their door, they're knocking on yours. Pay attention to that.
I appreciate that.
All right?
Can we do his buddy, Baron Davis? Baron Davis is in here, ladies and gentlemen. You know Baron Davis. TV analyst.
I'm already crying.
One of the greatest NBA players to hit the court.
Facts.
My good friend. Very, very talented individual he is.
Yes, I know that. I know that. And you have a gentle soul. I don't think people really understand how sensitive and gentle you are. And I think that people,
exposing them.
I think people kind of take advantage of that. And you know what's so funny about you is you would think it'd be easy for you to keep somebody, like as far as like a relationship or.
Oh damn!
I'm being honest. Yo, listen. I date a lot of people, but I'm single until I'm married. Okay. That's my theory in life. But what I'm saying to you is, you have such a great way about you, and you are so authentic in your personality and who you are. You don't have a mean bone in your body. Even if you can hurt someone, you choose not to. You're not revengeful. You're not that type of person. What I do want to see you do, though, is I do want to see you find your partner. And it's going to happen this year. By the way, 2019 is love. No, we'll have a shot in a minute.
Oh, you got your partner? No.
Then you're going to commit. Then you're going to put a ring on it. You're going to commit. You're going to finally knock it down, bring it down, whatever the hell it is. But 2019, by the way, love is going to find everybody in 2019. You can't run from love this year. You can't hide from love this year. Love is going to find you in 2019, whether you like it or not.
Those two actually have a new show that they're doing right now. Tell them about it.
Yeah, it's a new show on Fuse.
Okay.
Coming out on Sunday. It's called I can cuss. What the fuck, Baron Davis, WTF.
Okay, so I get 13 in the bucket immediately. 13 episodes in the bucket. That's what I just heard. 13 in the bucket.
For next year.
Hey. 13
Hey.
in the bucket. Okay. But what I just heard is you have. Okay, so I'm not television. You know, I know a lot of people, obviously producers and things like that. And I've watched a lot being done. But what I'm being shown is your content has to be a little more alluring. Does that make sense? The word is alluring. Like they said, alluring. Like your content has to be a little more alluring, and really and real. Like people need to see like a texting war or like a moment of a miscommunication or a moment of how things sometimes can be misconstrued and it ain't what it is. Unfortunately, we are in a day and age where we have miscommunication 24/7 of the way we text, the way we do this, things like that. And what you're going to learn and teach a lot of people, believe it or not, and men that are watching, because boys are trying to become men and don't have many people to really emulate from nowadays with the world, the way it changed. They're going to need to see that. They're going to need to see chivalry. They're going to need to understand it and see it and watch it and learn from it.
Got it.
Okay? And you're going to show that. And you're going to bring that out in the show. Big time. Yeah, big time. Yeah.
Thank you. I don't think Baron realized. I don't think he knew what he's walking himself into.
I just walked here. I'm like sweating.
Yeah, but congratulations on the new show.
Thank you.
Okay.
No, congratulations. It's going to go I see 2. So 2 seasons, but you're going to go from there. Then it's going to keep going again. So there's going to be some that's going to break off of that and things like that.
No fingerprints, kid.
You know what I'm saying?
It is. Brandon, thank you, man.
Thank you guys for having us. This is awesome.
All right, man. Hang out, man. We want to tell you more about you.
I'm going to let her go around the room. I'm going to be fair, but I'll do the cards because we're
You're going to do the tarot cards.
Yeah, I'll do.
Okay,
so that way
what are
she's
tarot
not
cards?
saying something that we're friends.
Yeah, I know.
So I can't. Yeah.
But what are tarot cards?
Okay, so tarot cards are nothing more than pictures. It's broken up into 4 denominations. Earth sign, water sign, air sign, fire sign. Wands is fire, cups is water, pentacles is earth, and swords is air. Okay? My cards are my cards. I read my cards. Nobody else reads my cards. Now, other people read cards. That's their tarot cards. They read however they want to read it. I like my pictures. I read my pictures. I see it my way. That's how I read my cards. Okay? So what I'll do is what
does that mean, though? Is there a set way to read cards and you're just not following the rules?
There isn't. Each card does represent something, but when they are next to each other, they tell a story. So the cards can change. Come sit with me, baby.
I'm going to come see this.
Come on.
I won't interfere with Heather's energy, will I?
So they can change based upon, actually change based upon the energy of the question. Okay? So the picture will then start to change and morph right in front of me that I see, and then I hear, and then I can say, okay, this is what it means. But I might pull it for you. It means something totally different.
Don't pull it for me. You're pulling for Heather today.
I got it already.
You're such a crybaby.
All right. So I just say,
do ours in private?
Cards, please tell me and tell me true. What does Heather B need to know for the next 3 months?
3 months.
Cards, please. Yeah, just for 3 months. You want to know about tomorrow?
No, just
all right. You got to be clear.
Okay.
What do you want to know? How about the eclipse energy? How about we just going to know about the eclipse?
Whatever you want to say. You said 3 months. Start with 3 months. Okay. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Cards, please tell me and tell me true. What does Heather B need to know for the next 3 months?
While you're doing that, what is you? She was writing down notes. Look what the notes look like. There's not a word in there. It's a scribble.
It's my scribble, and I can read it too.
It's an ancient language.
Okay. No. This is the month of Capricorn. This is the month of February.
Okay.
So this is January, February, March. March going to be good for you, girl. You got the Justice card. Okay, so things are actually coming together. You know, you got the Ten of Swords as your underlying current. Meaning you've been in an emotional low. You've had a lot happening. You've been at an emotional low. You've had a lot happening. You know, January, your 3 of Pentacles, you got to start putting work and effort back into your life, okay? Because you've been the wounded soldier a little too long. Kind of sat in your own pity party for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I say that with love, but, you know, and you have to focus more on your Ace of Pentacles, your relationships right now, okay? Wherever they are, but you got to give more energy towards your relationships right now. You got to get back into yourself again, okay? Pull one more card. You are the magician. You are the ultimate alchemist, meaning you can take anything and spin it and make it to gold. Learn that about yourself. Know that about yourself and own it. Okay? We're going into February, which we have the Star card in reverse, meaning there's a want, wish, or something that you wanted that February is not the divine time for. Okay. So it's not going to be given to you in February. Okay? And because it's not going to be given to you in February, it's going to make you have to hermit yourself and rethink and reorganize kind of what it is you want to be doing. It's going to give you an introspective time to kind of maybe reroute yourself a little bit and where you want to be. And you're the Queen of Cups, and that's all about emotions. You really got to take your emotions out of it and be a little more logical and a little more clearer about how you want to put things together, okay? I'm going to pull one more card from the middle because I just heard them say that. Yeah, and there you go. You're in the World card. You're going to be on top of the world, but you're standing on top of an hourglass, which says that time is not on your side, meaning this is something that has to get done. The decisions and ideas you have, you've got to put them out there. You've got to make it happen. Okay. You really got to be clear about that. But when you come to March, you do have that Justice card sitting right there, boy. And that means that something legal battle, any type of legal thing that has been on your back is now coming to an end and you win because the Justice card is right side up. Okay? So you have justice. It has been the Knight of Wands. You've been pissed off, angry for way too long. It's about something in regards to a legal issue. Okay? And right now, you're about to get your Six of Pentacles. You're going to get your money or you're going to get something that's owed to you. Okay? And the Six of Pentacles is usually about crumbs, but they're not saying this ain't crumbs. This is money. If you see the one hand into the X, they're giving to you what you're owed. You understand? It's what you're owed, all right, at this particular time. Girl, you got the Ace of Cups. That means that everything now is starting to run smoothly. So you're going to notice in March, things are finally going to make sense. Things are going to run smooth. You're going to start to see the overflow of emotion, the overflow of abundance in everything that you do. That's money, that's love, that's relationships, that's everything. Okay? And they just said, pull one more card. And not only did I get the Three of Pentacles, but I got the Eight of Pentacles, which again is work. You got more work coming. Work, more money coming, more work, more things when it comes to work. Okay? All right? And that's what's going on for you for the next 3 months. Okay?
Oh, that's amazing.
It's done by cards.
None of those cards were for me.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's take a few phone calls. Jae Rae is here. Reach her on social media. I hope y'all hitting her up because she could do this for you directly at JaeRae Lamas. Quick questions. We'll get a quick answer. Stephanie in Oakland. Good morning. How you doing?
Town business.
Hey, Steph.
Good morning, everybody. I listen to you every morning. Love you all. Jae Rae, I am in a place right now of just self-awareness, ego,
what's April?
and just realizing.
What's April for you? What's April?
April is my sister's birth month. I'm May.
Okay, what's going on with your sister? Because that's what they want to talk about.
I haven't talked to her in a while. I've been reaching out to her. She lives in Boston. I'm here.
Okay.
And it's a disconnect. She's my dad's daughter.
Okay.
So we didn't grow up together, but there's a disconnect, but much love. And I've been reaching out to her, trying to connect, but
It's time, Mama. It's time. You know, let me tell you something. Here we go again. The time is an illusion. We all think we got tomorrow. You're doing the right thing by reaching out. Sometimes, without realizing, a handwritten letter is so important to get from somebody. And I'm going to tell you why a handwritten letter. When you write a letter to somebody and you use the energy of a pen to paper, the energy goes out into the universe, and you write till your hand cramps until that universe, until your sister can feel your energy. She's going to feel it through that paper. She's going to feel it through that letter. It's not so much of an apology. It's more of a listen. We can't go back. We can only go forward. But I want to see you in my life. I don't want to not have you in my life. Okay? And that's the letter that needs to be written. You know, talking about the past don't do no good. It doesn't help anybody, because it only rehashes old feelings and old hurt and pain. And if you have not healed and done therapy and hit your triggers and deal with your old traumas, it ain't gonna do shit for you. Write the letter. Even if you don't mail it, write it. You understand? And it's going to make you notice things about yourself, too. And you're going to start to see kind of where you went wrong, too. You're the common denominator in everything in your life, sweetheart. You know that? So you're going to see a little bit, too, about it. You know? And sometimes we don't realize, sometimes we hurt people's feelings. We don't see it by kind of how we talk to people, maybe our energy. And sometimes we are a little too much for somebody else that maybe don't have the lights as shining as bright as ours. And they kind of want us to dim it out a little bit. You know, I get you're a beautiful woman is what I just got told. You're a beautiful woman. And I think that, you know, sometimes you kind of got smacked for that a little bit, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Me to tears.
Yeah, you kind of got smacked around like that because you were so pretty. And there was this thing about that. So I think you need to own your prettiness. I think you need to own yourself. I think you need to own the fact that you need to talk to your sister and you need to write her a letter and wait for the response. You will get a response. You will get a response. But you just got to give it to God and you got to go to bed, baby. That's all you can do right now.
I appreciate you.
I hope that helped you.
It does. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, baby.
Thank you, Stephanie, for sharing your story. Make sure you hit her up directly. You're a citizen. Y'all want to do one more?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, let's do. I'm gonna do Maria in California.
Maria.
Maria.
Why you being partial to Cali?
Okay, because I'm from Cali. Maria, good morning. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Doing great. Jae Rae's here. Feels good, right?
Hey, honey.
Fantastic.
Hey, baby. How are you? Maria, what's the J initial around you?
My son's middle name.
Okay. And who's the November? Who's the Scorpio?
I don't know.
Okay. Who's the 14th of the month then?
My newest baby is the 15th of September.
Okay, so what we got going on here right now is what happened in November that just passed? What changed? What shifted?
I had a recent growth in my personal business.
Okay, and now we're moving up, correct? Now, why are you considering by March or April you're looking to either move? Is it a move or an expansion? Because I'm getting more of a move. What is the
well, I start my birth control. We want another baby.
Okay. So that's what's starting now. An expansion, because I heard expansion or move. Expansion, move.
I am also considering slowing down my personal business and working with a company, and my husband is doing the same. Also, in March, it'll be a year that we stopped taking birth control, so we're struggling with conceiving.
Okay, I get people pregnant all the time. You'll be pregnant by June. Okay.
Oh my God.
What you're going to have to do when you're pregnant, I'm telling you right now, stop trying. Have sex because you want to, not just because it's your cycle. Have sex because you want to. Don't, have sex in the shower, have sex in the bathtub, do something crazy. Have sex in the car. You got to try and do it in different places. What happens is that, we become so scientific about it that we kind of forget that the natural way of having a baby happens when it's supposed to happen. It's in divine time. And they just told me you'll be pregnant by June.
Oh my God. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. Have a nice night.
Bye-bye.
Maria, congratulations, Maria. We need to get Lord Sear in here so he can get
I don't know who that is.
Lord Sear is our next. I thought you was a psychic. No, Lord Sear, he's next on air. Let's see if we can get him. He's a very charismatic individual with a lot of cleverness about him.
Oh.
You'll enjoy him. Jae Rae, I want to thank you for coming by. Also, I want to thank our other guests, DJ Selectress, Jae Rae, Kelly Kincaid, and Abigail Adams. Make sure you donate. Call American Red Cross, the national donor. Just come in and say hi. Lord Sears scared. Ramon Dukes from the Jam Master J documentary.
Shout out to Ramon and Shaheem Reed. They did an amazing job on that.
Absolutely. Remaster The Murder of Jam Master Jay. You can find it on Netflix.
Yes.
And Jae Rae. And where's Lord Sear? Right here. Sear, come here, man. No, I just want to introduce you, Sear.
I thought you were going to blow me up and tell me who I dated.
No, I'll get to that. you did that all by yourself. Sear, I knew you appreciate this. Is Jae Rae.
What's up?
It's all right. See, I'm touching you and nothing bad's happening.
Okay.
Nothing bad's happening.
No, we're not trying to read you, Sear. Jae Rae, are you getting a read? Are you getting a read? Okay, while you do that,
I'm not going to blow him up.
You're going to love this, Sear.
Mm-hmm. I can do his card.
She's so... Sear, let her do your cards, man. It's cool. Heather did it. Heather did it, though. Nah. Okay, can she tell you what she's hearing?
Can I just tell you what it is, though? He grew up in a family that this was not permitted. You have to understand he was conditioned. This was not permitted.
Really?
Yeah, this is something that just wasn't. And I would never force anybody to ever do anything that they're not comfortable doing. And that's the truth. And I've had people been like, yo, that's the devil's work. I said, well, I ain't the devil, but I understand and I respect it. Just like I want you to respect my thing, I respect it. So I do respect you.
Okay.
If that's not what you want.
Don't be mad at her, Sear.
I never seen her face like that.
He coming in with
But the way he came in with the hoodie on, like, I'm going to block myself. I'm going to hoodie on, sis.
you got all that nice Puerto Rican hair.
He didn't have that hoodie outside.
Hey, Sear.
I'm Puerto Rican as well, so he understands this work. He knows this work.
But what I know you would appreciate is who she once went out with.
Dear Lord, have mercy.
That's all I brought you in here.
Bring this up.
This is Grand Wizard Theodore's ex.
It was a minute.
The legend.
It was a minute.
It was a minute?
It was a minute.
Was it a jump off?
No,
I'm joking.
I ain't even about no jump
No,
offs.
he's not about that. That's an iconic character. You can appreciate that, Sear, not the whole everything else.
Yes.
Sear, like, can I leave now?
Okay, Lord Sear is up next, man.